Please welcome Eden Liu.
Okay. Hi, thank you all for being here today. My name is Eden Liu. And I'll be honest, I'm scared of graduating because that means I'll need the bravery to voice my opinions, to say no, and to stand up for myself. School has always taught me to be kind and to do good. But in my last year, I realized I was never shown how to be bold and bad. So in order to find my confidence, I studied the criminal mastermind. This is my thesis, Masterminds and the Art of Misbehaving. When I say criminal masterminds, I'm talking about diamond thieves, burglars, and con men. For research, I read books about scams, elaborate heists, and life in the mafia. But really, I just watched a bunch of crime films. I wanted to learn the skills of deception in order to become a better designer, because I found that designers are not so different from criminals. Casing a joint is basically design research, where you're observing people, learning about the system, and you find blind spots. Hacking and tinkering are things that we do in the VFL, which is our wood shop. And branding makes us these masters of persuasion, almost like we lure people in, trap them with beautiful visuals, and then we take their money. I spoke with Alona Gaynor, who sees a designer's role as a schemer, plotter, and master planner. We talked about how historically craftsmen and artisans are once deemed evil because of their ability to draw and render. And actually, architectural drawings were once forbidden because they provided too much information for people to do wrong with. Robert Murphy, a psychotherapist, said to me that designers create need, and that's criminal. And I think he's right. Isn't it criminal that designers are behind ads that make us obsess over our bodies, or even the engineering of guns so easy children can use? And someone out there is making renderings for products that we don't need that are destined for landfills. My thesis came down to this. I think criminals are more creative than designers because of their risk-taking and subversive thinking. And the process of planning an intricate crime is a design process. And because designers are already manipulators, it would be very easy to defect to criminal ways. From meeting Alexa Clay, who co-authored this book, The Misfit Economy, I saw the lessons that designers can learn from hackers, pirates, and gangsters to start saying no to unethical projects and to use crime stills to fight for good. But really, in the end, all I wanted to do was spend a year learning how to be bad. So, in my transition from good to evil, I started sketching quick products of stealth to hide my secrets. I made stickers, secret compartments, and hid credit cards and copies of keys around the studio. And inspired by secret languages, I made a code and created a tool for others to decipher my messages. But from a utility standpoint, analog codes are slow to use in actual communication. So I went the digital route and imagined a plugin for online messaging, reasoning that secret codes should be as fast as writing an email. This plugin in real time would translate your intended message into one that is seemingly innocent. And going further into augmented reality, I figured I could sticker the city with this QR code logo to create drop sites where you can pick up messages using your camera. Next, I needed a disguise. I tried evading surveillance cameras with this clear hiding hood, and it was supposed to blur your face when you pass by the cameras. But really, it just attracts more attention. So, after watching the movie Inside Man, I learned how to use high-intensity infrared LEDs, which is basically a super bright flashlight to shine in the camera so you can create these blind spots. And I realized criminals need to disguise themselves in the physical world, but they also need anonymity online. And a great hub of illegal activity exists in the dark web, which is a collection of websites that uses anonymity tools to hide black markets for drugs, fake IDs, hitmen, and more. I couldn't access the dark web because it was really dangerous, and I almost got it was like erasing my digital identity. But inspired from the process of hiding online, I devised a web service of shared fake identities for people to use the internet as someone else. And so hundreds of people can surf together under one name. And the beauty of having multiple users on one account is that it's harder to trace activity back to a point of origin, leaving users free to roam the web anonymously. Finally, I wanted to make crime tools, but I realized I had them all along. Most tools are everyday objects that are manipulated with bad intentions, like screwdrivers and hammers. So, through thinking about sort of the aristocratic criminals I admired, I imagined regular concealed objects of thievery redesigned by couture brands, so that crime tools now flaunt the danger of a criminal mastermind's status and expertise instead of having it hidden. So, this is a Prada security camera for flashy surveillance in the home, and a Louis Vuitton knife for aggressive elegance on the go. The most important trait of a criminal mastermind is the bravery to be manipulative. Really, I just wanted to be these romanticized characters who can charm their way through lies. And as I watched crime films, I started remembering and even bragging about times when I've forged documents or tricked people. So I decided to set up a pop-up shop called Masterminds to celebrate and reward misbehavior. And I would let people come and brag about their crimes under a disguise. For disguises, I made face masks of the heist crews from the Italian Job, Fast Five, and Ocean's 11. And in case people didn't know the movies and characters, I compiled case files for each face, so my visitors could be inspired from the movie crimes and also trigger memories of mischief. Under disguise, visitors would go to a machine in the back of the shop and brag about a time they were proud of misbehaving. And the machine would rate the deed with diamonds and gold, relating to this scale of badassery. So, for example, pranking people could be a bold move. Tricksters and daredevils shoplift and steal candy. Forgery and cheating are hazardous and super bad. And finally, the mastermind comes up with the schemes that take us all by surprise. And here's what happened.
Welcome to Mastermind. When was a time you were proud of misbehaving?
We stole the exams from teacher's desk.
I stole candy from an Albanian service station.
I cleaned the toilet bowl with her toothbrush.
I forged letters of recommendation for a scholarship and won.
Calculating. We've established that criminal mastery is cool and badass, but in reality, old school burglars are a dying breed. There's no need for the strategy and knowledge in planning a bank heist anymore because hackers can do so much more damage with a few keystrokes miles away. So for my last projects, I wanted to bring back the physical knowledge of planning heists and raise a new generation of criminal masters and strategic burglars. I saw that in extracurricular education, children are rarely taught to break rules and challenge authority, and I found that rebellious kids grow up to out-earn rule followers. So Masterminds Academy allows kids to engage in creative rule breaking. It's an after-school program to teach the physical and digital skills of criminal mastery. And we would teach lockpicking, safe-cracking, and sleight of hand to give kids the permission to misbehave and have confidence in their new skills. And I imagined it competing with other educational maker movement programs. But as you can see from the highlighted direct competitors, there aren't many programs that teach this white-collar crime to children. So going further with the skill training, I developed one last product to teach kids lockpicking. This is Keyhole Gigantico, a wooden puzzle box and piggy bank that functions in the same way as a keyhole. Basically, kids have to learn how to pick the giant pins with giant tools to get their money. In my journey this year, I've learned so much more by breaking rules instead of following them. I'm definitely bolder and braver. I've learned that being creative is subversive and requires confident risk-taking. I can't tell you what my next scheme will be, but I definitely will remember that sometimes it's good to be bad. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who supported me for the past 2 years. You all know who you are. And thank you for all coming.
Thank you. I thought you were going to take it. I have so much admiration for this project. I remember the day you proposed this thesis topic, and I was just so crossing my fingers that you were going to do it. And like in a year later, like I knew that I wouldn't be able to believe what you did. So thank you for that. You had to leave out a lot of projects. Can you tell us about even just a few? That you just did so many things this year.
Yeah, when I started this project, I just wanted to learn how to run a mafia. And so one of my projects was called Gray Market Studios, which is a design syndicate. Basically, it's a bunch of designers designing crimes. And we hacked Bibles and plotted prison breaks. I made a lying conversational UI so that it would help people scam on telephone records and stuff. We also, I made like fake plastic bags and.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah. We also broke into your office. Ah. Yeah. You want to see? Hit it, guys!
I am very scared.
You recording? Yeah.
Yes! Well, I gotta say, I gave a talk at MIT last week, and I showed some of your work, and I introduced you as the amazing Eden Liu, and I didn't blink, and they were like, oh, I guess that's her name. Thank you so much, the amazing Eden Liu.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're the best.